Imagine waking up strapped to a table, not knowing if today is the day you'll be frozen alive, infected with the plague, or cut open without anesthesia, all in the name of science. This wasn't a horror movie. It was Unit 731, the secret Japanese military program during World War II, where doctors didn't save lives, they destroyed them. A place so brutal that even some Nazi officers who heard rumors said they would never go that far. And the worst part is that almost no one was punished. In this story, we dive into the hidden world of Unit 731, the nightmare camp that makes Auschwitz look like the only place we talk about, even though this one claimed hundreds of thousands of victims and remained hidden for decades. The story begins in the early 1930s, when Japan invaded China and wanted to expand its empire. They didn't just want land, they wanted power, specifically biological power that could wipe out entire cities without a single bullet. A doctor named Shiro Ishii convinced Japan's leaders that diseases like plague, cholera, and anthrax could be more powerful than bombs. He promised weapons that could end wars in days, and Japan agreed. In 1936, near the city of Harbin in Manchuria, Ishii built Unit 731, officially called the Epidemic Prevention and Water Purification Department, a harmless name for a place that would become hell on earth. The compound was massive, with factories, labs, and even an airfield. And while Japanese families lived nearby, behind the walls experiments were being done that are almost impossible to imagine. Prisoners were never called people. They were called logs, as if they were raw materials. Once someone entered Unit 731, they never left. Men, women, and even pregnant women were cut open alive so researchers could watch organs in real time. Prisoners had their limbs frozen until the skin turned to ice, and guards beat the limbs to see if they sounded like wood. Others were infected with deadly diseases or used to test plague bombs dropped over villages, killing hundreds of thousands. Unit 731 wasn't the only facility. It was part of a larger network across Manchuria and China. Together, they experimented on thousands inside camps and killed up to 400,000 civilians through intentional outbreaks. Victims included Chinese, Koreans, Russians, Mongolians, and even captured American pilots. Japan even created a plan to send plague-filled kamikaze planes into American cities. So why didn't anyone stop them? Because the world was consumed by World War II, and Asia's suffering was far from Western eyes. Unit 731 was built like a fortress, and no information escaped. Even Japanese citizens didn't know. In the final days of the war, Japan ordered everything erased. Prisoners were killed, documents burned, and researchers fled. Ishii himself vanished for months. But when the U.S. occupied Japan, they heard rumors and interrogated captured scientists. What they learned shocked them so much they made a controversial decision. They offered full immunity in exchange for all the data. No trials, no prison, nothing. The U.S. believed the data could help them in the Cold War. So the scientists of Unit 731 walked free. Some became professors, doctors, and businessmen. Ishii died peacefully in 1959. Meanwhile, survivors and families of victims were ignored for decades. Japan denied everything, and many victims never learned how their loved ones died. It wasn't until the 1980s and 1990s that former soldiers began confessing, finally revealing the truth. Today, the remains of Unit 731 stand as a museum in Harbin, showing rusted tools, destroyed rooms, and the nightmares that happened there. Unit 731 changed the world by influencing bans on biological weapons and shaping medical ethics, but its victims remain largely unknown outside Asia. Their suffering deserves to be remembered. Unit 731 wasn't just a lab. It was a machine built to turn human life into data, where science was used as a weapon. And the fact that so many responsible men walked free remains one of the darkest twists in modern history. Do you think the United States was right to give immunity in exchange for the data? Or should every scientist at Unit 731 have faced trial no matter